Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, one of the few places on the internet that you can find an uncensored version of me. Hello, I'm Rachel, and welcome to another solo episode. Last week we had Miss Joyous Joy on, where I can't even remember what we talked about, but I remember it was funny. And we played Mad Gab, because what else would we do with our lives? And next week, I believe Miss Abigail will be on, so hold on to your britches for that. I don't think we'll be in the bathtub again. You don't deserve it. Or maybe you do. I don't know. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Nothing new and exciting in my life. I've actually made January the most peaceful time in my entire life. I am ahead in work. I've been doing a new format on my main channel where I long-term test things. So I just filmed for 15 seconds a day on a bunch of different products. Instead of filming for 3 hours the day before I post and rush to edit and all that stuff, I'm slowly just filming all this stuff, and it's working out great for me. My sister and I are filming 2 episodes at a time for SAS, so I'm only filming once every 2 weeks with her. We hired an editor. Guys, just for SAS. I'm doing all my own stuff still. But we're cruising. Abby and I have just dove into being extremely healthy, but not really being we're being healthy, but trying to find a lifestyle that will suit us long term that's healthier than what we were doing. We actually started this back in December, and we're just cruising along. Abby's been making all our meals. We're just being more conscious of what we're eating when we're hungry, not eating when we're full. It's a great little concept. I've been exercising more, walking more, getting Blaze out more. Snoop's going on daily walks again. I've always go back and forth with him because he's got hip dysplasia. So a lot of exercise can actually hurt him. There's a weird balance. I don't know. We've just been trucking forward, and I'm happy about it. We've been reading a lot more. I took a bath. That was new. But I got to tell you, my serotonin is up. My stress levels are down. I don't even know what to do with myself. I've had time to do all my chores. I don't understand what this is. This is just living. I'm just chilling. I'm relaxed. I'm getting my work done. I'm usually done by 5:30 every day. Today I'm a little bit later, but that's because I went and got my eyelashes done in the middle of the day. Guys, I think I found the formula, and it's good. Anyway, so I have nothing really exciting or mind-blowing to fill you in on. So let's just dive into another chapter of what pisses me off. Let me grab my book. Where did my book go? Hello? Where's my freaking book? What? Am I blind? Oh my gosh. One sec. For some reason, it was on the other side of the room. Rude. Past me. Okay. Oh, guys, this still pisses me off. Even though I love bedtime, this one's still true. Number 77. You know what pisses me off? Getting ready for bed. God, this is still true. Here we go. And it reads, the worst is when you somehow crawl into bed without getting ready for bed and start to fall asleep. You might have been on the phone, started watching TV, and then got cold, or you're doing your homework in bed. Doesn't matter how it happened, but you got under those covers without brushing your teeth or putting on your PJs. Then, when it's time to deal with yourself, you have to get out of bed to get ready for bed. You're so tired, but then you uncover yourself, letting a gust of cold air that perks you right awake. Letting in a gust of cold air that perks you right away. And then I did a little drawing. It says 7 p.m., you're on top of your covers. 9 p.m., you're in it. You're in the bed and you say, I'll just get under the covers. And then at 12 a.m., you go, dang it. Now, this is still true for me. My bedtime routine is so long that I dread it. Abby goes, time for bed. And she goes and takes a bath, gets in bed. It's all cute and cuddly. I've put too much nighttime chores on my plate. I got to let all the dogs out. She would let out the girls. She would let out all the dogs if I asked her to. But my boys, I feel like because they're bigger, they require more. It's my responsibility. And then I might as well take the girls out with me. So I take out the girls too. I have to shove a Prozac down my cat's throat. I have to prepare my coffee. I have to put all furniture on top of my couch so Snoop doesn't sleep on the couch. I like to put away any dishes or wash any dishes that are in their sink so that my morning chores are easier. And then I lock up the house, turn off all the lights. And then I have to do my teeth routine, which is brushing, flossing, putting in my retainer, but you got to clean the retainers. Then I do my entire face washing routine and moisturizing routine. But I might also have to do my LED light where I have to stand. Well, not stand. That was ridiculous. Where I have to hang out for 10 minutes while that thing's on my face. Then I put all my PJs on. Then I crawl into bed. It's a process. It takes me about 30 minutes from the time I say, okay, time to get ready for bed to getting in bed. It's about a 30-minute process. It's exhausting. I don't know what to do with myself. And it's not fun. I'm ready for bed when I say it's time to get ready for bed. But then there's so many things stopping me. Now, I could make Abby do the dogs. I could just ignore the dishes. I could make my coffee in the morning instead of the night before. I prepare it. I press on right when I wake up. But it makes my morning better. I am always trying to make the next day better for myself, easier for myself. I set myself up for success, but it's so dreadful. I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it, but I do it every night. And then, yeah, there are times where I'm already in bed or whatever. The other night, Abby put Epsom salt in her bath. She's like, why don't you get in? You said your muscles are sore. I was like, okay. So I get in the bath and I get all cozy. I do my face routine, my teeth. I'm all nice and warm. I put on a robe, my sweatpants. Then I realize I have to take dogs out still. So I go outside and get rush of cold air on my face. And then the dog, Miso, that little butthead. Whenever I take her out during the day, the morning, the daytime, whatever, she doesn't care about sniffing. She's running around. She's seeing what Snoop's doing. She pees and she poops, but she doesn't sniff ever. But come nightfall, when the degree drops, 10 or 20 degrees from the daytime, she decides that is the perfect time to sniff every blade of grass. And she loves to lift her head high and just sniff the air around her as if she's going to solve a mystery or hunt something. Girl, you are 11 pounds. You're not doing shit. Go poop and come inside. And it stresses me out because at nighttime, there are coyotes in our area. They're in our area all the time, but they hunt a lot at night. And right in the morning too. But I can't just leave her out there. I have to stand out there and watch her like a hawk so a hawk doesn't take her. I don't know bedtime. Bedtime sucks. I love once I'm finally in bed because I can either read my book, watch TV, or go to sleep. It's up to me. It's my decision. And it's me time. Or I cuddle Abby. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Once I'm in bed, I'm the happiest little bug in a rug. But the process, it's strenuous. And I always think, how could I make this easier for myself? I have prepared the coffee and the dishes earlier in the day, but I still gotta take the dogs out, shove the Prozac down the cat's throat, make sure there's water in all their dishes because they all get thirsty in the middle of the night, put all the chairs on the couch because my dog's a butthole. I still gotta do my face routine and my teeth. It's a whole thing. I'm complaining. Everyone has to do this. Everyone has their routine. I'm just saying, guys, let's admit it. It fucking sucks. And we're allowed to be annoyed with it. We're allowed. All right, we're going to move on to what I'm doing today. Now, I haven't been on the BuzzFeed in a while. I'm not a huge fan of them anymore, but something did catch my eye the other day that made me go on a BuzzFeed hole. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take you guys with me on my BuzzFeed hole today. How does that sound? This says, now, I take everything I hear about celebrities with a grain of salt because who the fuck is reporting on them unless it's out of their own mouth? Also, I don't want to gossip. I'm not a gossip site. I don't want to be a part of that. But this said Jack Nicholson's sister was actually his mother, and 36 other wildly shocking celeb facts I can't believe are true. So we're going to go through these and see what are shocking facts that BuzzFeed has for us. Dennis Rodman is friends with Kim Jong-un, going so far as to say they're friends for life. I already knew that. We already knew this. This was already a fact, right? Pfft. Try and shock me, BuzzFeed. You can't. In other bizarre Dennis Rodman facts, he's broken his penis while having sex on 3 separate occasions. There's a quote from him. Okay, so he has talked about this publicly. We're not gossiping. He has said it. She said, you have a contused penis? I'm like, just give me the layman's terms. Your dick is broken. I have always wondered how the hell you break a penis. Because it's not a bone. Also, what the fuck are you doing to break your penis? I gotta Google it. How do you break a penis? A broken penis, also known as penile fracture, occurs when the tunica albuginea in the penis is ruptured. This can happen when an erect penis is forcefully bent or hit. Oh, good God. Okay, so something bursts in it, like a tendon. Oh my God, there's an x-ray of it. What the hell? I am so confused. What the I mean, there's muscles in it. I guess I don't know what is in a penis. It's icky. The most common cause of broken penis in Western countries is sexual intercourse. This can happen when a partner thrusts poorly or bounces up and down too much. Oh my God, if you slip and fall while erect, you can break your penis? I thought this was like a joke that was on New Girl once, but so there's like muscles and tendons and thingies in there that I don't know the name of, and when it's erect and hard, if it's forced to bend too much, those things rupture. Oh dear God, that's disgusting. That's too much. Okay. Ugh. Moving on. Former U.S. Senator Ron Paul used to be an OBGYN, and he delivered Selena I can't say her last name, but Selena! Everyone knows Selena, the pop star who was murdered by her manager. Selena's mother also didn't know she was pregnant. She went to the hospital because she wasn't feeling well and was initially told she had a tumor that had to be removed. And according to Selena's father, seeking a second opinion, she met Ron Paul, who told her she was pregnant and later delivered her child. So without Ron Paul, Selena may have never been born. I'm sorry. How dumb. I mean, I guess this was a while ago. This was in the 70s, 80s, 70s? I don't know. 70s or 80s? Nowadays, you walk into a doctor as a woman and they go, pee in this cup. We want to make sure you're not pregnant. You get arrested and they go, pee in this cup to make sure you're not pregnant. The fact that she went to a doctor pregnant was like, I don't feel good. And he says, must be a tumor. And another doctor goes, and by tumor, you mean baby. Wow. You're a bad doctor. Not Ron Paul. Okay, moving on. Speaking of politicians, Ronald Reagan indirectly saved his own life when he appeared as a Secret Service agent years before he could ever become president in the film Code of the Secret Service. 9-year-old Jerry Parr saw the film and was inspired to go into the Secret Service himself. Decades later, he was with Reagan during the assassination attempt against him and helped save his life. That's impressive. Have you seen videos of back in the day? Like this assassination attempt, actually, the videos, the Secret Service is walking around and be just like dudes in coats. And then all of a sudden they pull out these huge ass machine guns. And you're like, where the fuck did they pull those from? They have massive guns, not just little hand pistols, massive guns hidden in their trench coats. You would have never known. It's crazy. I saw a video of that and my mind was blown. Not the assassination attempt, that was dumb, but the Secret Service that were able to hide all those guns. Insane. All right, back in 2005, Olivia Newton-John, on again, off again boyfriend Patrick McDermott disappeared while on a fishing trip. They had been together for almost 9 years, but the relationship was rocky, and they'd broken up multiple times. In June that year, McDermott set out on an overnight boating trip with 22 others. By morning, he was gone, with his wallet and other personal items left behind. The Coast Guard concluded he probably drowned. How is that a mind-blowing fact? That was just really sad. Oh, okay. There's more. Here's where the story gets weird. I was like, this was just a really sad downer fact. McDermott might actually still be alive today. There have been multiple reports of sightings over the years, and Dateline even claimed he faked his own death to avoid his debts. However, there is no solid proof of this, and his ex-wife, Yvette Napar, who shared a son with McDermott, does not believe any of these theories. Yo, if someone's dead, let him be dead. Don't torture the family like that. That's not a weird. That was just a sad story. Home Chef. Home Chef is our sponsor for today. The holiday season is over, but the cold weather is definitely sticking around. Luckily, Home Chef is delivering healthy new recipes and your favorite comfort foods to help you stay cozy and you never have to leave your house. Home Chef delivers fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes convenient to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease, which is something I definitely look for. They have over 30 options a week and serve a variety of dietary needs. Plus, it's economical. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries, which is a big deal with the price of groceries right now. And when meal planning ends up on the back burner, check out Home Chef's new 5-ingredient meals that simplify prep with super easy recipe steps using just 5 fresh, pre-portioned ingredients. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 18 free meals, plus free desserts for life, and of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/Rachel. That's homechef.com/Rachel for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Rachel. You must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. Okay, I'm looking through these because some of these are they're not mind-blowing facts. They're like, Osama bin Laden was a major Whitney Houston fan. Okay. Who wasn't? Who isn't? Currently. This is sad. As a kid, Terrence Howard, he's an actor, witnessed his dad stab a man to death while they were in line to take photos with a department store Santa, in which became known as the Santa line slaying. Oh, the reporter who came up with that headline was so proud of themselves. Terrence said that the man, who was also there with his family, made a racist comment to Terrence's father, Tyrone. After he thought he skipped in line, Tyrone was arrested and pleaded self-defense. He ended up being convicted of manslaughter and spent 11 months in prison. That is intense. Also, speaking of Howard, he made it his life's mission to prove that 1 × 1 = 2 instead of 1. What a weird life's mission. And in an interview with the Rolling Stones, he stated he began writing down his logic in a language of his own, devising that he calls teriology. He wrote forward and backward with both his right and left hands, sometimes using symbols he made up that looked foreign, if not alien, to keep his ideas secret until he could be patented. He and his then-wife, Miranda Pack, began buying scissors, wires, magnets, and sheets of plastic, then spending up to 17 hours a day cutting out and joining the plastic in ways that were meant to prove his various mathematical theories. Oh, he's lived a life, and his personality reflects that now. Okay, well, that one's weird. We'll move on. When Angelina Jolie was 22, she hired a hitman with her as the target. I'm going to reword this so there's no the trigger warning. She had suicidal thoughts, but she was worried that people in her life would blame themselves if she was the cause of her own death. She found a hitman in New York, which she said wasn't difficult, but he ended up just talking her out of it. He was a decent enough person and asked if I could think about it and call him again in 2 months. Something changed in my life and I figured I'd stick it out. Wow, he's a hitman, so he murders people for his living, but he has a moral compass of some sort. I'm glad he didn't because Tomb Raider changed my life. Also, she has saved a lot of lives. There's that. Okay. Oh my gosh, Travis Barker tried to do the same thing, but offered his any friend that would take him out $1 million because he was suffering so bad from a traumatizing plane crash in 2008. And this is the plane crash itself is a wild story. I kind of remember hearing about this. Before the crash, Barker's then wife decided to stay home at the last minute in case something happened. Their daughter also hysterically begged him not to go, telling him the roof was going to come off. Barker himself had a bad feeling about the flight, but got on it anyway. Their plane crashed shortly after takeoff, killing both pilots, Barker's assistant and his security guard. Barker and his friend DJ AM, his name is DJ AM, escaped the crash, but Barker jumped into jet fuel in his hurry, causing him to catch fire. He spent 11 weeks in the hospital and almost lost one of his feet. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, Sandra Bullock was also in a plane crash? Jeez Louise. It says, in a much odder thing, Paula Abdul has made multiple remarks about being in a plane crash in the 90s, suffering injuries that led her to her retreating from the spotlight for some time. But the one problem is there's no record of the crash ever happening. Abdul's description doesn't match any crashes at that time, though it is also possible it was not reported and the wreckage was not found. Still, this would mean that Abdul and the other passengers left behind a burned out plane in a field and never reported it. It is also possible that it was not reported because it was so minor, but this does not match at all Abdul's story where she claims the aircraft was on fire. I don't even know what to think about that. That's intriguing. Oh my God, I didn't know this. Julia Roberts, who would later star in Runaway Bride, really was a runaway bride. In 1991, my birth year, let's go. Days before she was going to marry Kiefer Sutherland, Roberts called off her wedding. On the day she was supposed to be married, she instead went on a date with Jason Patrick, who was friends with Sutherland but had recently been uninvited to the wedding, then ran away with him to Ireland. Whoa, saucy! Also, speaking of Roberts, Martin Luther King Jr. paid the hospital bill when Julia Roberts was born. Why? Because Roberts' parents ran a theater school that let in the King's children at any time when few programs would admit black children. When her parents couldn't pay the hospital bill, Martin and Coretta stepped in. Wow. Okay. Some of these facts I did not know. And that one, I like. There's a lot of celebrities that believe they were abducted by aliens. Fran Drescher is one of them. Also, Van Halen, member of Sammy Hagar. He wrote a book that he had an alien abduction experience. Aliens were plugged into me. It was a download situation. That is... Wait, whoa. Barbra Streisand cloned her dog Samantha after she died using cells from her mouth and stomach. Twice. She has to dress the dogs in different clothes to tell them apart. Check out the dogs here. There's a link! There's a link to the dogs. Guys, these just look like Maltese. How do we know a breeder didn't just give her 2 Malteses? I don't know if she was cloned or tricked. I am quite intrigued. Can we test DNA of dogs to see if it's the exact same dog? Because if so, then cloning exists. If not, Barbra Streisand has been scammed by a Maltese breeder. I have to look further into this. She really says they're cloned. Simon Cowell also reportedly considered the procedure in 2015 after the first dog in Britain was cloned. Wait, are we actually... I'm asking ChatGPT. Can you clone a dog? Whoa. Guys, wait, this is real? Yes, it is possible to clone a dog through a scientific process called somatic cell nuclear transfer. Here's how it works. Scientists take a sample of somatic, non-reproductive cells from the dog you want to clone. These cells contain the dog's DNA. They collect an egg cell from a donor dog and remove its nucleus, leaving an empty cell. The DNA from the original dog's somatic cell is inserted into the empty egg cell. The egg cell is stimulated using chemicals or electricity to start dividing, forming an embryo. The embryo is implanted in a surrogate dog, which carries the pregnancy to term. It's expensive. It ranges from $50,000 to $100,000 or more. There are ethical concerns about animal welfare, genetic diversity, and whether cloning is a responsible choice. The clone will have the same DNA as the original dog, but might have a slight difference in appearance and behavior due to environmental factors and developmental differences. Cloning doesn't necessarily reproduce the lifespan or health conditions of the original dog. Several companies specialize in pet cloning, such as Viagen Pets in the US, but it's important to carefully consider the ethical and emotional implications before proceeding. Guys, we can clone shit? Why the hell didn't I know that? Abby's gonna make me clone the girls. Are you kidding? Wait, so can we clone humans? If we can clone a dog, can we clone humans? I'm looking it up. It's saying human cloning is not currently practiced and is widely banned in most countries. But animal cloning has a high failure rate, often requiring hundreds of attempts to produce a viable clone. Clones also often suffer from developmental abnormalities, premature aging, or other health problems. This would be a significant concern for humans. Okay, so we can. I'm scared. I'm so scared of the world. We can clone. Oh my God, they're going to make dinosaurs soon. And we're all going to go to Jurassic Park. We're all going to do it because we don't learn. We don't learn. Oh my God. They're going to clone humans. Give it another 100 years. They're 100% going to clone humans. That makes me so angry. Diane von Furstenberg and her husband Barry Diller also cloned their dog. People really love their dogs. I get it. Oh, I don't know that person, but someone was kidnapped. Benedict Cumberbatch was also kidnapped in South Africa. He was driving with friends back to the set of To the Ends of the Earth, when their tire blew out. Armed men asked them for money and their drugs. They were smoking weed, and then tied them up and put them in their car, later putting Cumberbatch in the trunk before tossing them out on the ground in the middle of nowhere, letting them all go. How terrifying. Oh my gosh, British singer Duffy was also kidnapped for 4 weeks and even taken to another country. The event deeply traumatized her, and the main reason she retired from the public eye. Yeah, after kidnapping, you don't show your face ever again because you're terrified of the world we live in because it's a terrible, terrible place. Oh my God, there's so much. Oh, I love this fact. I've heard about this. Jack Black's mother is an engineer, Judith Love Cohen, who helped create the system that rescued the Apollo 13 crew. In fact, according to a tribute, one of her other sons wrote after her death, she actually went to her office on the day that Jack was born. When it was time to go to the hospital, she took with her a computer printout of the problem she was working on. Later that day, she called her boss and told him that she had solved the problem. Oh, and yes, the baby was born too. Jack Black's parents are actually geniuses, and I love that because he's a genius, just in a completely different way. Okay, there is so much more, but I think I want to look at something a little less heavy. A lot of that was heavy. I didn't expect it to be. Nope, that one's women are sharing gut-wrenching stories about the most inconsiderate and unkind things their boyfriend and husbands have done, and it's heart-shattering. What? When I was in the ER waiting for a test result to come back, which would determine if I would be transferred to another hospital or allowed to go home on bed rest, my ex left me to meet friends at the bar for a preseason football game. I hate everybody. I hate it. I hate the world. I hate it. I'm going to read these just to fuel your anger. Our son was maybe 3 months old and not sleeping through the night. Instead, he would cluster feed and be up for hours. Because my husband was working, I stayed up to bottle feed and got little to no sleep. Bless new mothers. In addition to no sleep, there would be a sink full of baby bottles that needed washing in the morning. Between the bottles and frequent diaper changes, I had literally washed my hands so much they were cracked and bleeding. When I asked my ex to help with the dirty bottles, he bought me rubber gloves instead and said that would do the trick. I stayed longer than I should have, but we are no longer married. The least you could do is the fucking dishes, my man. Okay. Not me, but a friend who shared multiple pets with her partner. She went away to visit family for a few days and left the pets in her partner's previously capable hands. When she returned, she immediately saw her favorite cat, whom she had raised from the time he was a bottle-fed kitten, was very sick. Her partner claimed it must have just happened that day because he hadn't previously noticed that the cat was unwell. She took him to the emergency vet that night, and he was so sick with pneumonia that he passed before morning. My friend is still with her partner. No! What the fuck? We're going to keep on going. I entered the hospital the evening before my surgery. I was terrified at 27 years old because what was supposed to be an exploratory surgery could possibly turn into a hysterectomy, which it did due to my severe endometriosis. My ex-husband was supposed to come and see me, but went drinking with his friends after work instead. Visiting hours ended at 8 p.m. at most hospitals, so at 8 they told me I had to take a sleeping pill so I'd get a good night's sleep before surgery. At 9:30, I felt someone pushing my shoulder asking if I was asleep. No wonder he's my ex. It's like when Abby was in the hospital, I didn't leave the hospital to the point where she had to tell me to leave the hospital. And I'd be like, okay, I'm gone for a half hour. And I had to go shower and bring her things. And I didn't leave the hospital because I need to make sure she was okay for my peace of mind. And two, she needed someone there and she wanted me there. So if I wanted to be there and she wanted me there, how would you? I don't understand. I don't understand people. Next one, I had a heart transplant. My husband sent out a text saying I was having difficulty. I wasn't. My brother sent a follow-up text saying that the heart and I were doing as well as expected. My husband got mad that someone corrected him. He didn't speak to me or come to the hospital for almost a month. I hope that's your ex. Okay, here's another one. It's a little longer. We'll end soon. My ex-partner was in multiple car accidents in a short period. He was at fault for all of them. After the first one, I offered to drive him to and from work until his injured ankle healed. I gladly got up at 4 a.m. every weekday to commute 2 hours round trip, then repeated it during the evening rush hour to get him back home. In between, I had to squeeze in my entire day. Eventually, deprived of sleep, I asked him when the doctor said he would be cleared to drive. He replied, "Oh, that follow-up was months ago. I just thought you liked driving me to work." His insurance paid for his totaled car, and he didn't want to finance another one yet. He never once offered to pay for the excess gas/mileage. But worse, he said I was being selfish when I refused to drive him any longer. Little did I know that was just the tip of the narcissistic iceberg. Good God. I'm sorry. After my first baby was born, within a week of Christmas, my husband invited his brother's family over for the holiday and a family feast. Mind you, he had never so much as picked the baby up because, quote unquote, childcare and housework were women's work. After the birth of our son, he told me to find my own way home from the hospital, 40 miles, because he was going to work. Many other instances showed a total lack of respect. I left him knowing I had been a single parent all along. I understand accidentally dating a piece of shit, but marrying one and then having a child? Don't think marriage or children will fix anything. It just makes it worse. Every time. And with that, I'll end this. That was a depressing, anger-filled episode. But oh my God, we learned that we can clone things. Color me shocked. BuzzFeed got me. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please subscribe. Please follow. I love you guys so much. If there's anything you want me to do or talk about, please let me know down below. I'm here to entertain you. So let me know how I can entertain you. You're beautiful, wonderful people. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!